Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Hope everybody is doing great. Hope you're having a great day. So, kind of really weird things happening. There's for some reason the coin prices are down. I'm not exactly sure why or what the case is. I've actually researched it. I was researching for about an hour trying to find some sort of article or something or some sort of indication as to why this was happening, and I found absolutely nothing. Currently at the moment Bitcoin is down around 6% and Ripple and Ethereum are like bouncing between 9, 10, and 11% going down and back up. I don't understand what it is. Of course, a lot of this could also be based on August 1st fears, which is something that we all love so much because this has been the greatest topic in the entire world to discuss. You've seen it all over the place, especially if you've been reading the news. It is kind of, and it's really weird when even Forbes and Bloomberg start talking about it as well. Like I said before, rich people are definitely in the market now, so there's no way to deny it when they make articles about it because they're not going to waste their time otherwise. But yeah, for some reason, this is still a big thing. A lot of people aren't sure, or rather there's a lot of speculation that those who have locked in the BIP protocol might still not actually go through with it and activate SegWit, which I think at this point is, I mean, I'm not a coder, I'm not a genius, so I can't 100% say, but I have a feeling that they don't want the user activated soft fork to go through, so this is kind of what's going to happen. But like I've been saying for a while now, we're all still waiting for August 2nd, and that'll be probably one of the greatest days ever, because just to get over all of this, to see if they have activated it, to see if everything has kind of gone through. And yeah, at this point we have, what is it, like 5, 6, 7 days, so cross your fingers. A lot of people don't agree 100% with this idea. It is that the only way for cryptocurrencies to kind of come out, victorious and at the end, and being in first place above everything else is if banks use them. I understand a lot of people are against banks, and we've all been, I don't want to use the word shafted. I don't know how people feel about that word, but we've all been there with banks. I've had banks charge me $25 a month without telling me. And then when I check my statement, I realize that I'm being charged and I didn't get any of the money back. But, and this is a big but, and I say this because this comes from a report from Merrill Lynch. There are a lot of banks who are also saying this as well. If you think that banks aren't into cryptocurrencies, that they aren't collecting them already, or that they aren't buying them in the millions of dollars, you are sadly mistaken, because they keep putting out things for other investors to hear, and it pretty much always goes, watch what you're doing with these coins, but you should still be buying them. And this is what the people at Merrill Lynch have said. They said that big investors pretty much are fearful of getting into cryptocurrencies simply because of the lack of regulation. And I know that Bitcoin, the entire point of cryptocurrencies is that, we as the people own them and the banks don't own them. But I think, realistically, when the price of something goes from 10 cents to around 3,000, and now banks are saying, it could be 55,000 by the year 2020, that is going to set off a lot of alarms in people's heads, and they're really desperate to get into it. Like I said, I've been in meetings before. I go to a lot of cryptocurrency meetings where I live, just to meet other people who are in this space, and et cetera, et cetera. And there are a lot of people who are really into this, like really, really into this. I've met people who are really, really rich, and they've casually told me, yeah, I bought about 5 million worth of Bitcoin. And it's like, you kind of want to like flinch and like look at them and kind of ask like, who are you? But you have to be like nice and polite. That was my phone. Sorry about that. But yeah, so banks are, I expect within the next 2 years, regulation has to happen. It's just something that's a part of it. I expect within the next 2 years that we will see a lot of things moving forward, especially with the entire ICO thing. Like I said before, Europe is now starting to whisper about ICO regulation because of all the people who have lost money because of what's been going on. This has been a big thing going on in America as well. And it's one thing to, not be regulated, but then it's for another thing for people to lose out on tens of thousands of dollars that they might have saved a long time. Like if people hear these things, this is a great way for you and your family to maybe become rich, and maybe you're close to maybe you are close to being poor or are in poverty. And then people put their money into this, and then it just kind of all disappears. So I think it's going to happen. Banks constantly are citing volatility as the major issue as to why they're not getting into it. But we know that it's just regulation. They don't want to have Uncle Sam, as we say, get onto their backs. But they all say that, the price increases have caught their attention, and they're thinking about using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a hedge against inflation and a hedge against other things, which is very, very real. So, on the topic of kind of exchanges and banks and stuff like that, well, not really so much banks, but I don't know if you guys have heard of the cryptocurrency exchange called Gemini that is really big. They are run by, or I think invested by heavily, the Winklevoss twins, the same people who were once credited with creating Facebook. So apparently starting this Friday, July 28th, they will be holding daily Ethereum auctions, which is... the fact, when I read this, I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. And then immediately hit me, this isn't for your average investor. These things are more so, they don't state this in the actual thing, but it's clear that the people that they are trying to target are people who have a lot of money. It's well known that both the Winklevoss twins, that they are heavily invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I believe when the price was $1 or something like that, I think they ended up buying 100,000 Bitcoin. And then I think when the price hit $10, I think they bought another 100 to 200,000 Bitcoin. And that's not even to say what happened when the price hit 100, 150 or 500. After that, like the articles kind of like slow down and trickle away from how much money they have. So you better believe that when Ethereum hit around $10 or $20, they kind of bought up as much as they possibly could. And this could have actually been a reason for the dramatic price swings in all the coins, because you better believe these guys hold a lot. Anyway, they say that on this upcoming Friday that they're going to start holding daily auctions for Ethereum. They say that it's so, that people can, the word isn't liquidity, but they say, we're trying to get new investors in the area, but it's clear that these are just for rich people. These are just for their friends in order to go through it, because Gemini is another exchange that is heavily regulated. So these are the ones that the rich people want to go through. It's things like this. Like, I'm already very bullish when it comes to Ethereum. I think the entire project is great. I love what it does. I mean, I like Bitcoin as well, but when you look at what Ethereum does, I think it's absolutely great. But it's little things like this that make me really get into the coin, because you have to, like I said, always look at the signs that rich people give other rich people. This is not this would never be in the news if it wasn't supposed to be a big thing. They're trying to get other people to buy these coins up, because at some point, and if they aren't able to already, they are going to be able to control the prices. And this is when things will start to go crazy, because these people are not getting into Ethereum at 200 a coin and then just having it sit there. These people did not get into Bitcoin when it was $100 a coin, and they were just like, okay, yeah, I think I'm pretty okay with that. We can leave the price at that. No, they are pushing to the moon, and even the price of Bitcoin at 3,000, these people are not content with that. You better believe that. So last story is, I actually had a friend tell me about this, and I always get so many things about new coins coming out and stuff like that. I paid attention, but I kind of didn't pay attention. I mean, it's nothing that has like absolutely gone insane, but I think this is something to look out for. Once again, I am not affiliated with this company. I do not know these people. I am not being paid by them. Anything that I say on this channel, unless otherwise stated, I am not paid by these people. I just tell you guys these things because I think they're very interesting and they should be looked into. So there is a startup in Singapore called TenX. That is TEN with the letter X next to it, not the number. Their main goal at the moment is they've actually created I'm not sure if it's a Visa or MasterCard. I think it's a Visa card to convert cryptocurrencies into US dollars, yen, and euros instantaneously, so that you can pretty much walk into a Starbucks, you can walk into a store and swipe your card and use your cryptocurrencies. They say, and I quote, cryptocurrencies spendable anytime, anywhere, end quote, which is what I think this is absolutely great. I remember hearing another thing. There's another project. I'm not sure if it was them. Maybe they've just changed their name as time has gone on. But there was another project like this around 2 years ago, and they kind of had the same exact thing was what they were trying to do. But TenX has seemed to have pulled it off, and they're making a lot of waves in the news right now. This is how you get cryptocurrencies widely accepted. If you have ever paid for something in Bitcoin, if you have ever bought something in Bitcoin online, especially, I think it's Overstock that uses them. I don't think Amazon does, but if you've done this, especially in person, it's very awkward to pay in these coins. You have to You have to open your phone, you have to have it loaded, you have to do this, someone has to scan your code, and when this code gets scanned, you literally have to like stand there waiting with this person for about 35 seconds if they have I think it's called Bit Instant, and you kind of wait for this thing to go through. So if you're able to just walk into a store and swipe your card, that would be absolutely amazing. They say at the moment that their goal is to, by the year 2018, which we're not far off, so I assume they mean about 365 days from now, is to do $100 million in transactions per month, which is I think it's possible. I don't think it's not possible, especially if they keep gaining a lot of traction. They'll definitely do it. At the current moment, they're only doing around 100,000 a month, which still isn't, it's not a small number. 100,000 is a lot, but as a big company, obviously they want to move forward. And if people are able to do these instantaneous transactions through Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, possibly as well, or Ethereum Classic or any other Bitcoin into US dollars, euros, or yen, this is going to absolutely skyrocket. I think TenX is a coin as well. Don't quote me on that. I remember they had an ICO recently, and this is when my friend was telling me about it. He told me about the project, and I was like, okay, I was dealing with so many other things because I have so many other projects that I'm also dealing with. But if this is true and they are able to do this and it works out really well, yeah, this is going to be a massive game changer, because this will allow normal people. Like, I've had family members, like older people, like I've heard older people in the streets, like 60, 70-year-olds talking about Bitcoin and stuff like that. And when these people are actually able to use these things at the drop of a dime inside of any store that they go into, this is going to completely, it's going to make the market something that we could have never expected, because it'll bring normal people into the crypto sphere. If you guys have used TenX, if you know anybody who talks about TenX, or if you had any experience with like another card that is similar to this or something like that, tell me in the comment section below, or tell other people, because I'm sure this will help a lot of people out. Especially a lot of people are confused as to how to liquidate sometimes, and they end up, I think it's called local Bitcoins is what they use, and a lot of other people, they kind of go through Coinbase or other things. But if you're able to do this, I mean, why wouldn't you want to just be able to swipe your card to kind of pay in something that is otherwise sitting on your computer that you're not using? Right. Okay, guys, I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all enjoy. It's still raining here. I don't know why. It's summertime. It should be sunny, but it's not. We are not very lucky right now. Yeah, so I hope you guys all enjoy. And yeah, talk to you all soon. See you.